Well, with spring finally here, you may be able to look for some excuses to spend more time outside. And look no further, because this weekend you can immerse yourself in Middle Eastern food, fashion, and fun, because the Arabfest returns to Market Square. And here to tell us more about this today, we have Z and Susan. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Let's talk about the Arab Festival and what we can all see and experience.
I think this year is going to be really amazing because we're record intent selling this year. So we have a lot more vendors that we usually have, and every year we get more and more vendors. But aside from the vendors, which includes a lot of good food and activities like that, but we have nonstop music. So when you get there, you can't stop yourself from dancing. And then we have full program of fashion show, cooking with different chefs, and we have music and belly dancers, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. And we really think that you should come and learn about how we exhibit our culture. The Arab culture is rich in history, in architecture, in a lot of wonderful background and historical things that people just don't know much about. And the community at large needs to come and witness that. Every year, people give us 5 out of 5 ratings.
Well, I gotta say, speaking of sort of walking in and hearing the music and sort of smelling the foods, that's how I first stumbled across the festival. I was walking through and said, what is this?
Oh, wow,
and
okay.
then stayed for a little while. So hopefully folks might do that. But you mentioned sort of food and culture and the music. Do you think that that is a good way for people who are unfamiliar with the culture to have that entrance?
Yeah, I think part of what we're doing here is trying to educate the East Tennessee about the culture and the food. The Arab world itself, it comes from multi-nationality and multicultural, we have a lot of commonality but a lot of differences in regard to the dances and the food and so on. So we're trying even to involve the Arab community within East Tennessee in order for them to come from, from the Morocco area all the way to the east, which is Iraq and the Gulf area, and anything in between, to come and showcase their clothing, their food, their anything that we could enrich East Tennessee or the public in East Tennessee about that's the culture is all about.
And how large is the Arab community here in East Tennessee?
Oh wow, okay, that's a good question.
That's a very good question. About 2004, I was trying to gather some information, some data, and at that time, which is before all these new people started showing up, there were more than 1,000 families here.
Wow.
Yeah.
The one thing that I really feel like I've been enriched by the Arabfest is that I'm originally from Iraq, and I thought that all I knew about the Middle East is the dancers, the chain dance, that comes from the Mesopotamia, which is where Ziad is from, the Jordan, the Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine. But I didn't know, and I knew that belly dancing is mostly in Egypt. I didn't know all the differences in there. So when I watched Ziad trying to dance his dances, and he's trying to teach someone else from Lebanon, that's the way that they do it, a little bit different. I'm not familiar with it. Our dances are completely different, and this is something that I've learned over the year from the Arab American Club of Knoxville, which is really enriching to us, not just the community.
Yeah.
And that's what we say when we say that there's belly dancing. The belly dancing is a cultural, tribute to the Egypt and the North African countries.
Well, we only have a little bit of time left, but I think it's important to ask you whether you think a festival like this is something we need now more than ever.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
It brings the community together. It brings it to a different level. Just look at the culture and enjoy it, and feel free to come and ask us
we have people come from Nashville, Chattanooga. I mean, we're getting the word out as much as possible, and we even get contacts saying, when is the next festival? Give us the date and so on. So we try to work with the city to assign the proper date for us, and the sooner we know, the sooner we send the word out. And I think it's very important because people in East Tennessee now, they know there's several Arabic restaurants, Middle Eastern food that popped up in here, and people, they look forward to go eating there.
Yeah.
Our culture has been painted really in a negative way in the last many, many years, and we try very hard to step up and say, look, what you see is the small minorities, but those are the ones that make the news. Come and see the real culture.
Exactly.
We're really welcoming and loving and
Hospitable.
caring and fun. We have the best food. There's no competition there, and we have the best fun and music. You know, when you look at our history, it's full of richness. I mean, I don't want to go back to Hammurabi where the code of law. How many times have we tried to reinvent the wheel? Well, that's where they invented the wheel way back when. You know, that kind of
Writing.
thing.
That's another thing.
All
that,
of these things. But people forget that because of these tiny percentage of people who take over the news and really clutter the thoughts of how we are and who we are.
Well, if people want to come and experience the fun, remind us again the exact times and location and date.
It's noon till 8 this coming Sunday, May 3rd, and the event's free. So
It's Market Square.
So at Market Square, thank you, Suzanne. And so we would love to see everybody there. And please, if you see us on WBIR, come and talk to us and tell us we saw you here. We appreciate that.
Well, thank you both so much for stopping
Thanks
by this
very
morning.
much.
Have so
Thanks
much
for
fun this
having us.
weekend.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you.
thank you.